Hi everyone, I'm Rob King. Welcome to Homebrew number 48 and we are back to the Turbo Ciders. And today we are going to go for one of my friend's favourite drinks, an Irn Bru, but an Irn Bru with a twist because we're going to turn it into one of these, a terrifically clear, highly carbonated, very sweet Turbo Cider. Now, in fact, this is my second attempt at this, so we will do a follow-up video that contains my first try, which was trying to do a bit of a cheat code version of the Turbo Cider. It went horrifically wrong, and literally I tried everything to recover it, from additional yeast, a yeast starter, some extra this, some extra that, but we'll do that as a bit of a follow-up. For now though, do check out the absolutely brilliant Irn Bru Turbo Cider. Cheers! Ingredients are 4 litres of apple juice, 4 litres of Irn Bru, 5 milligrams of safe cider TF6 and 5 milligrams of DAP yeast nutrient. Equipment is a 5 litre demijohn, an airlock and bong, a large pot capable of taking 4 litres, a jeweler's scales, a thermometer, a hydrometer, a measuring cylinder and a wine thief. Consumables then is just sanitizer. Our first step is to very gently simmer that Irn Bru so that we can create a much stronger syrup that can be used in the final cider recipe. We'll sanitize all of the equipment, starting with the demijohn. This is a very gentle heat. It's going to take us 3 hours to reduce the volume from 4 litres down to 700 millilitres. A few hours have passed, so everything is at room temperature, including the apple juice. Yeast is the fermented safe cider TF6. This maximises fruitiness and sweetness in our cider. We're also adding some diammonium phosphate, DAP, which increases nitrogen production, which is recommended for this yeast type. Preparation then is as simple as mixing together all of the ingredients: the apple juice, the Irn Bru syrup, the yeast and the yeast nutrient, and giving it all a good shake to aerate. We'll take a sample so we can measure the gravity and calculate the ABV. Preparation is over, easy peasy. The original gravity reading is 1.041. 5 hours later and fermentation is already taking hold. And bizarrely also taking hold on version 1, despite the fact it's 3 weeks later for that one. "24 hours after pitching the yeast, the bubbles are going strong. That clarity is looking fab. It goes without saying, we start with cleaning and sanitizing. This looks absolutely awesome. The clarity is wonderful. Today, a couple of things. Take a gravity reading, have a taste, see if we need to back sweeten with the resveratrol, and then put it in a keg to carbonate. The aroma isn't what I expected. It's a little dank. The final gravity has come in at 1.002, which gives us a delicious 5.1% ABV. There's a certain amount of viscosity in there, that feels good. This is a pretty simple turbo cider, so it should be quite light. Oh, that's nice. That is definitely Irn Bru. Bit of a strange funk when I smelt it in the bottle, but smelling it here, wow! It's going to have a good alcohol kick that has dried out tremendously, which does suggest I'm going to need a little bit of sweetener. not. I think that has kept the Irn Bru taste very nice. I could sit here drinking this right now. I'm not going to add sweetener. Oh. Carbonation, here we come. It's time to rock and roll. We are going to siphon 4 litres straight into the Mini-Keg. Wow, that looks like it was almost spot on. I'm just going to create a little bit more headspace before I add the mini regulator. Honest Gov. Now this mini regulator and tap has been one of my better purchases. The regulator has been pretty solid and the tap works brilliantly. So we're looking for pressure around 12 psi. These are not that easy to use. Say that, we've landed on 12 pretty good. The yeast layer was very firm. That definitely helped with clarity. Yep, more cleaning. The temperature outside has started to increase, so it's time to break out the fermentator and set it to 1 degree centigrade for cold crash. The current pressure is at 15 psi, so we're going to bring that down to around 5 psi for dispensing. And that pour has gone really well. We are here for the Irn Bru Cider taste test, and this is absolutely wonderfully cold. It's been 1 degree in cold crashing and carbonation, and the carbonation has come out wonderfully, not set too high. It was around 15 psi, and that in just a week has carbonated it lovely. The aroma is exactly Irn Bru. It's not too strong. Not much apple either coming through. Oh, that's very Irn Bru in a really nice way. So carbonation is lovely. The taste is actually very strong. Although the aroma is quite light, it really does give you a solid Irn Bru hit. Yeah, with a deeper swig, it doesn't really taste particularly alcoholic. It's quite a sweet cider. I'm glad I didn't add any further sugar to try and bring up some of the sweetness. This is already very sweet. Wow, this one is turning out really well. I mean, the clarity is unbelievable. And it cleared that way very naturally. No finings were included at all. Overall, this is an outright winner. Do give it a try, do like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Cheers everyone, good health. I've upped that pressure just a little bit from serving pressure to put it back in the fridge. Replacement gas. This is so good. It really isn't lasting very long. I'm supposed to be saving a bottle for my friends. Look at the clarity and those bubbles. Just one more pour. Did I mention how good this one is? Before I drink the lot, I'm going to use the counter pressure bottle filler to create a couple of bottles. I'm going to switch out the dispensing tap and fit a tapping head to allow me to connect everything up. The gas splitter will allow me to maintain pressure, one going to the keg and the other going to the filler. The bottles need to be cleaned and sanitised. I'm also going to add some food grade grease to the rubbers to keep them all in tip-top condition. This is switching out the tapping head. It's time to assemble the counter pressure bottle filler. However, if you hear this sound, then it means there's a gas leak, and it did use up an entire bulb of CO2 before I managed to finally find and fix it. The basic process here is you give it a couple of shots of CO2, letting out the air from the bottle and therefore filling the bottle with CO2, to then move across to the beer line where it fills from the bottom to fill the bottom oxygen free. I managed to squeeze out 3 bottles in the end. I salvaged one final sip. Cheers. Oh, guess what? It's time for some more cleaning. Woohoo! So let's check in on the Homebrew Masterplan, and things are in a bit of backlog. The Philly Sour, which is coming up, is also ready to edit, and I've only just got the Turbo Cider out of the door. We do have a follow-up with the Bad Batch. That's going to show us 5 different ways to try and recover a cider. We'll see how that gets on. But really, I've got nothing else in progress at the moment. I need to get going for homebrew number 50, the Punk IPA. Thanks for watching, tune in again, see you soon, cheers!